Mr. Darrin Rose, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Cool. You guys seem nice. It's Thursday. Talk about my dad, if that's all right. Grew up in a weird environment growing up. My brother and I, it was just guys in my house. My brother and I were raised by my dad because my parents got divorced when I was 6 months old. That was my fault. Not a big deal, but it's like a weird, hyper masculine environment though. No crying. Obviously, no crying. And it wasn't a rule. My dad wasn't like, hey, be a man, don't cry. I never saw him cry, right? I never saw my brother cry. And I would say this is it left me at a loss. When I grew up, I had a girlfriend. The first time I made a girlfriend of mine cry, I didn't know what to do. I don't know how to make her stop. I didn't know what to say. I said what my dad would say to me. I was like, you better cut that out before I give you something to cry about. And that's not gonna help the situation. It was a real tough guy environment. My dad was tough, and my brother was tough, so I always thought of myself as tough, as you can tell by my cardigan. And so it was real competitive. I was real competitive with my brother. I always wanted to beat him at stuff, especially because when I was 3, my brother put me in the dryer. Fully put me in, for his own amusement, just to see if I would get smaller or whatever. So I closed the door, climbed up to press the button. My grandma snatched him up. You remember stuff like that, man. That stays with you. Even to this day, I'm afraid of tight, dark spaces and the smell of bounce. You know what I'm saying? Afraid, man. But I always wanted to beat him at stuff, but I couldn't because he was cooler than me, too. He was bigger, he was older, so he was faster, stronger, but cool, man. My brother lost his virginity in a fort. That's pretty cool. Like a wooden fort in our backyard. Fort, girls, do you have protection? He's like, we're in a fort. What, are you serious? Give your head a shake. But that doesn't end, man. I'm still trying to beat my brother, man. I fight my brother every year at my niece's birthday party. And he's got a kid, and he rents an inflatable bouncy castle for them to play around in. And as soon as I get there, we kick all the kids up, put on the boxing gloves, and I try to avenge my childhood. And I was fighting him this year, and it was great. It's serious. My brother lost 60 pounds training for the fight. He's not messing around. It's a pretty big deal. And we're in there, and I'm doing my thing, right? I'm ducking and weaving. I'm I'm trying to pull a rope a dope and shit. I got my moves, man. I do research. And my brother at one point has to take a knee, right? He's winded. He's like, oh man, your stamina is wearing me out. And I was like, not the first time I've heard that. And I was like, wait, am I flirting with my brother? Well, he's dead. I have the thought in my head for the first time, oh my God, I might win this fight, right? I never beat my brother in my whole life, and now he's winded, and I realized I can finally have my revenge, right? He's been beating me up my entire life, and now he's got a heart condition. So I was like, I knew, and he realizes he can't outlast me in the fight, right? So he realizes he's got to just knock me out one punch. So he gets up, he's just trying to throw haymakers, right? And I think I'm ducking the shit. We're supposed to spend maybe the next 10 minutes each thinking we're 5 seconds away from winning, because he thinks he's gonna knock me out, and I think he's gonna die. So we're going, and there's a point where the fight turns in my favor, and I realize I gotta win, and it's just the best feeling in the world. You know this, if your younger brothers out here, you know this, there's no greater feeling in the world than beating the living shit out of your older brother. It is beautiful and heartwarming. I don't know why there's not more songs about it, but just feeding. There's also no sadder sound in the world than a little voice from outside the castle going, please stop hurting my dad. Nope. Best day of my life, man. I beat him, and we sat at the picnic table. We're having cake afterwards, and it's me and my brother, and my dad's there, and I'm so excited. I'm like, oh, Dad, did you see that? Did you see? I beat him in a fight finally. And my dad, we're emotionally reserved guy, tough guy. I'm like, did you see that? That was so. He's like, yeah. I think he got you on points. I was like, you fucking prick. Are you serious? You can't, did you see what I did in there? You can't just give me this, just show me a little. Here's a quick little impression. This is the only impression I do. Here's my father expressing pride towards his sons. It's very subtle, watch for this. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Dad, that's just like a hug, you bastard. It's like guessing the emotions of an animal my entire life. What, are you happy? Are you happy? My whole life would have been easier if my dad had a tail. That's what I'm saying. My dad caught me having sex once. Never happened to anybody here? Congratulations, each of you individually, especially you who's unduly proud. Stop applauding. Please let me tell my story. Please let me tell my story. Please let me tell my story. It's a very good start. Please let me tell it.
I'm just happy I got
I'll tell mine. This is right at the end of high school. I got away for a month to visit my grandparents, and I come home, and so I want to get reacquainted with my girlfriend, right? So she and I are in the basement getting reacquainted. That's stupid. That's not like how I do it or anything. You're tickling me. Oh no, it's not. And my dad comes home, and usually when he walks in the door, he would throw down his keys, right? And I would hear it like a 2-minute warning, right? Which is totally enough time. And then he would go upstairs to change out of his work clothes. He would come downstairs to say hi, but I was out of town, so he was all excited to see me. So he comes in, and he throws down his keys, and I'm like, cool, I got 2 minutes. And then he hits the basement stairs, and I was like, I have 0 minutes. So no. Oh God, and he comes down the stairs, and I would tell you this, 8 stairs does not take very long if you were at the bottom naked. It goes like this. It's so fast, but your whole sense of time and space is warped. It slows down, stretches out. I'm looking around, I'm like, where are my pants? I managed to snatch them out. We pull a blanket up. My dad walks into the room and then takes way too long to realize what's going on. Just starts a conversation with us. It's just like, hey, how was the flight? Everything was good? And I was like, because I am smooth. And he's going on and on so long, man. He's like, you see your Uncle Rex? Everything's good with your Uncle Rex? I don't know how to make him stop. I don't know what to do. He's talking like 2.5, 3 minutes. He's going on, which is not very long in real life, but it is so long if you were naked with a heart on and your father is in the room. It is so long. But I do get the satisfaction of seeing it register on his face when he realizes, like, what he's walking in. He's like, hey, did you jump onto your girl? Yeah. All right, you guys were a lot of fun. Have a good night.